In today's Sunday solution, we're going to fix a problem that we have with our chassis batteries. Stay tuned.
It's time
for another Sunday solution.
Let's go.
I came out the other day and I said, I haven't started the coach in a while. We've been sitting here in Tennessee for a little bit, working on the homestead. And I went to crank her over. She didn't do nothing. She never done that before. So tried the auxiliary battery start. She still wouldn't go. She'd roll over a little bit, but that was it. Put a charger on her. I got her running. And it's kind of my own fault because I typically, like I say, I'll start it up and run it for an hour at a high idle, at least once a month, that and a Jenny, just to get the moisture out of it and all that kind of stuff. Let the systems all work. And I have been lax on that because I had other projects going. So after I got her charged up, I started her up, let her run, shut her down, waited about an hour or so, started right back up again. I said, I got to start investigating what's going on, right? So on the Tiffins, and I don't know if they're still doing this or not, I imagine they are. My year, which is 2014 33AA, and pretty much I think all those models back then, at some point, they started putting one of these in the power bay. And it's called a BatteryMINDer. And it's basically a little trickle charger. And what that does is when you plug into shore power, it comes on automatically and it keeps your batteries trickle charged up, keeps them charged up a little bit, because there's stuff that draws on the coach all the time. Even though unless you shut the battery disconnect off, you're still going to have a draw. So in my case, I never shut the disconnects off. We're living in it. I leave them on. I came over here, and this is an extender, range extender for my TPMS. That draws all the time. That's hooked right directly to the terminals. And I believe these two are your trickle charger wires that come in to keep those chassis batteries charged up. So I started looking, and as soon as I looked in here, I don't know if anybody caught this yet, but this is plugged into 110. There should be a green light on here. There's no power. This unit's fried, I think. So you unplug it, and I took this wire loom off right here. I had a zip tie behind it. I cut that because it's kind of loose in here. So I'll show you over here. So of course I got on there. The part number's on the back of it. And I ordered up a new one from Amazon. Mine is a model 1500. And they make a model 1510. It's like $4 more. I'll put a link in the description. But basically what this comes with, the 1500, just gives 2 terminal leads. All right, try to show you this best I can. So you got 2 battery terminal leads. Under the coach somewhere in the wire loom, they have these connectors. And I don't really want to go through tearing all the wire loom out of it or trying to find where that connection is. Let me unwire this. Hold on a second. I think this was a little over $50 on Amazon. And mine is the original, as far as I know. So it's probably 10 years old now. So I could go through this and I could probably extend this out and have an idea where that connection was made. It's pretty long. I can't see it in here because everything's in wire loom where it comes through. So I would literally have to fish it through there and go through all that crap. So what I'm gonna try to do, and I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's a chance I'm gonna take. I'm gonna cut this wire here and I'm gonna splice it and heat shrink it and check it out. But let me just plug this in. I know there's power to this because I've checked it. So I plug this one in. Oh, there you go. Now the lights are coming on and then there's a green light. That's what this should have, and it doesn't. So as long as I don't screw up wiring this together, I should be back in business. So we're gonna cut it and we'll try to figure it out. It should be as simple as just lining these two up and putting them together. So let's give that a whirl. Here's the fun part. Let's cut this bad boy. Boom, just like that. Better put my readers on now. I don't know, what's the worst could happen? Burn the coach down? Kind of scary when you got to cut a $50 part in the hopes that it'll work. Boom, there she goes. We'll keep that cord for later in case we ever need it. I think what I'll do is I'm going to try it real quick. So if the plug came out that way, it should be the right way. Should be. Once I know it's the right way, I'll put her together the right way with the shrink wrap and everything. This should tell me too, it has a reverse polarity checker. Let's see what we got. See right here, it would flash red. Maybe you guys can see that. If the polarity was reversed. So there she's blinking like she's supposed to. So that should be all we need to do other than tie everything in. So that's what we're gonna do. Obviously we're gonna unplug it first. And I'm gonna do one at a time because I'm a moron and I usually mess things up, so. Let's set him up there so he's not hanging. I left them a little long. And as always, I'm not an electrician. I don't claim to be one. Do your own research. Let's see. Yeah, blue works good. Get a little ink. I don't like a little shrink wrap going here. good. Let's just double check it before we'll wrap it up. Heat shrink it all. Okay. We're good. We're good there. Now, these are heat shrink connectors too. So we're gonna melt them up a little. Gotta be careful in here. I don't have a lot of room to work with. So we're gonna let them cool a minute and then we'll put the outer heat shrink on there. I am gonna, those are square bits. I think I'm gonna pull that off. Put a zip tie on it again behind there. I gotta take it off to get the zip tie in there. I'll be right back. I should, this is the right bit. Be a number 2 square, I believe. It's the only thing they have. And this should just loosen it up a little. A giant zip tie, I don't know why they have it so big. Look at the size of that sucker. Act like they're holding 100 pounds in. Put something a little more sensible in there. Always be careful as with anything on a Tiffin. Don't over tighten it or it'll strip. Alright, these are cool now. So let's put these down. Get them bad boys together. Okay. I'll let them cool and we will button this up. Okay, so here's another question I see all the time. Don't mind this wire limb here. Put that back here for a second. This sucker here, this is your block engine, your block heater. All right, so it works on heating up the manifold, I guess, the intake manifold, and it plugs in right here. Now on our coach, we have a breaker inside, and I think most of them have a breaker inside the panel. A lot of people don't notice. I don't leave mine plugged in. I plug it in when I need it, because typically we're not in the cold. So this year we were, but again, I didn't do my due diligence and start it every month like I should have. So my advice is leave that unplugged. You can leave it in and just turn the breaker on when you need it, but you're not supposed to leave them in, after it starts or something like that. It gives you all the, on this card here, gives you all the times. Above 32 not needed, 32 to 14, 2 to 3 hours, 8 hours are overnight for 14 to 10, blah, blah, blah. So, but some people I've seen, if you leave them on all the time, supposedly they will damage the heater, could burn out the element. So that's why I don't leave mine plugged in. I'll make sure the breaker's on if I need it, and I'll come out and plug it in. So we're good here. Let me just put this back in. So there you go. Gotta clean up the tools. It's a simple little repair. That's the model number and the old one. Oh yeah, one more thing. Make sure you keep these extra leads because they're probably about 10-12 bucks on Amazon. You can always cut this plug off if you don't want to use this plug, and you can use these for something else down the road for another trickle charger or something like that. So I'm gonna keep them. This is going in the garbage. And you can look on the back of your unit. That's where you'll find that 1500, the model number. And I saw different posts. I'm gas on. Saw different posts, people switching to a different type. I try to keep everything the same as the way it was built in case I ever do sell the coach down the road. So I don't want to get into rewiring. Again, that would have been a whole process of rewiring it through that wire loom under and around the motor and all that kind of stuff. I ain't doing that. So we're back in action. Got the green light blinking. I just had the coach running a little bit ago. Charged it up. I ran for about a half hour. So that's probably why it's not going through the other processes yet, but it'll should be fine now. I'll check it again in a couple weeks and make sure she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty easy. It's a simple repair. That's like out of a 1 to 5, that would be about a 1. And nothing else broke while I was doing it. That's an amazing thing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. You know what to do. Click like and subscribe and leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll get back to you. See you in the next one.